Hi guys, John Basankin here. This is my week 4 post for the quantitative research study. I found an article titled Self-Regulation, Goal Orientation, and Academic Achievement of Secondary Students in Online University Courses. I chose this because I'm trying to research the effectiveness of online courses at our school for students getting credit. So for in the introduction, I chose question 6. Are the research hypotheses, questions, or objectives explicitly stated? I say yes. The last sentence of the introduction actually is the primary question explored in this study was, what is the relationship between self-regulation, goal orientation, and academic achievement of high school students enrolled in online college courses? I would have to say that's pretty explicitly stated. And it actually went on to talk more about everything else that was in there. For the method, I chose question 8. Did sampling procedures produce a sample that is representative of an identifiable population or that is generalizable to your local population? I actually said no to this. It did a study of only 40 students that completed all aspects of the study, of which 32 were female and 8 were male. And it said the average GPA of all 40 students was a 3.8 on a 4-point scale, which is pretty dang smart in my opinion. It doesn't say what the low or the high was for the GPA, it just gave the average GPA as 3.8. And only 40 students, that's kind of rough to compare. Only 40 compared to just my school, which is 3,100 students. For the results section, I chose question 15. Were appropriate statistical techniques used and used correctly? I said yes to this. Using results from questionnaires, they had a 7-point scale on every question, and depending on which topic they were talking about, they had anywhere from 10 to 20 questions that they asked each student. And using that 7-point scale, they calculated mean and standard deviation for each part of the research question, and they also utilized paired t-tests to go along with that. I'm not a huge fan of statistics, even though I'm a math teacher, but they did use them correctly. And if you don't like stats, then t-tests don't mean anything to you whatsoever. What I found interesting was they had a reliability coefficient of 0.68 for motivational scale and 0.62 for learning strategy scale. And then according to our text that I read this week, it says that you'd like a 0.8 or higher to be deemed reliable. So I thought those were a little bit low, but still nonetheless accurate statistics. All right, let me keep flipping here. For the discussion section, I chose question 18. Did the researchers provide reasonable explanation of the findings? Again, I said yes to this. They explained their findings of the relationship between all 3 factors. And I found it really interesting that with self-regulation, they found that the confidence for the higher achieving students actually decreased throughout the semester, and the confidence for the lower achieving students actually increased as the semester progressed. The only question I really wondered is what they deemed low achieving versus high achieving when the average GPA was a 3.8. So that'd be interesting to know like what they actually qualified as low achieving. But that's what I came up with. Thanks for watching. Happy Sunday, and we'll talk to you next week.